to right. I don't know what the strategy was. He has two men on the fence, one at fine leg and one at deep square leg. But Trite has still managed to find the gap between the two and fetches 4 runs for himself.
न्यूजीलैंड ने टॉस जीता और पहले खेल में जब मैच इस समय जबकि न्यूजीलैंड के बैट्समैन रनों की तलाश में
Chetan Sharma then for the first delivery this morning. Runs for New Zealand straight away. Physique of the normal physique of a pace bowler. Should ease out by the time India comes into bat though. That's a lovely shot. Some of the pace taken off.
मनोज प्रभाकर
Just about makes it home. David Shepherd.
जॉन राइट ने स्क्वायर कट किया बहुत ही स्क्वायर ये स्क्वायर कट था आखिरी मौके पे कलाबाजी खाता
Over. Cleanly through the field. Excellent shot by debut for New Zealand in the World Cup.
गेंद की लाइन के काफी बहुत ज्यादा शफल कर रहे थे
Nevertheless, in keeping the ball on the stumps.
गेंद कुछ उछाल ज्यादा ले गई
Oh, he's bowled him! Superb delivery. And out goes Phil Horn. The ball coming in and finding that gap between the bat and pad. Good bowling by Manoj Prabhakar. Phil Horn losing his patience a bit, trying to go for that big one on the onside, and the ball finding its way. None too successful debut here in the Reliance Cup. Quite a record in one-day cricket. When he's bowled wide, he's been right on target. 3.9, not very impressive as a run rate. .33. Ball would have left the leg stump and achieved the desired run rate. John Wright. That wide also bringing up New Zealand's 50 in 13.3 overs.
और जैसे ही ये नमी सूख जाती है उसी होता है कि मार्टिन को बड़े स्ट्रोक खेलने वाले खिलाड़ी उनको गेंद फेंक रहे हैं मनोज
Gets into position extremely early. Prabhakar in the middle of a fine spell of medium pace bowling. Lovely shot by Crow, and that will be 4 runs for him.
पेश की
Mixed kind of an over for Martin Crow.
मनोज
Lovely shot again. Good fielding by Kapil. He's putting everything into it today.
देव मिड विकेट पर
Finds a gap with that hook. Nice shot. And a bad delivery by Chetan Sharma. Too short.
राइट ने बहुत जल्दी न्यूजीलैंड का स्कोर 66 एक
Quite a misunderstanding there, but they make it home safely. Total confusion in the Indian ranks there.
संयम और धीरज की आवश्यकता
Finally making it back.
And for the first time, we're going to see the introduction of spin into the India attack.
5 फील्डर ऑन साइड पर 4 ऑफ साइड
Bit of spin there. But right, working it down the leg side with the spin. Or a single. New Zealand 79 for 1.
भारत की ओर से मुख्य सफल गेंद फेंकने वाले बॉलर मनिंदर सिंह
Good looking on drive. Srikkanth long on. $80 for 1, New Zealand. Right, 27 and right throw 21. Both looking very confident and determined. A nudge past the slip. The only vacant area. And right.
अजरुद्दीन के सामने क्रो
Breakthrough for India. Martin Crow going for that cut. The ball pitched outside the off stump, getting a faint edge, and Chandrakant Pandit is very quick to latch onto it. Let's go have a look. Yes, it was a faint inside edge, in fact, and a very good catch by Chandrakant Pandit. New Zealand lose the second wicket, and Azharuddin,
थोड़ा सा ऑफ कट
India's makeshift seamer, getting a good breakthrough. One in this offside field. Good cricket thinking by this left-hander. Ball pitched on the middle leg, turning down, and he simply glided. It's very fine, fetching himself 4 runs, and moves on to 35. New Zealand are 90 for 2.
आखिरी मौके पे कलाई को मोड़ भर दिया और गेंद को दिशा प्रदान की लॉन्ग लेग की तरफ.
There's definitely a considerable amount of turn for Maninder Singh in this track. Perhaps the early moisture. And somewhat disaster for New Zealand. Another good break for the Indians. That's right. Playing it towards third man region. And Mohammad Azharuddin was very quick to pounce on it. And before Wright could return, Chandrakant Pandit got through to the stumps.
जल्दबाजी का भुगतान.
Another view of Wright's exit. Played it down well. There was no. Just have a look.
29 वर्षीय जिन्होंने आरंभिक क्रिकेट दक्षिण ऑस्ट्रेलिया में खेली, लेकिन न्यूजीलैंड की ओर से पहला मैच उन्होंने ऑस्ट्रेलिया के विरुद्ध 1983 में खेला. उन्हें क्रिकेट के अलावा गोल्फ, स्क्वैश और टेनिस का भी शौक है.
Not a good ball by Maninder, and it's put away nicely by Jeff Crow. He had all the time in the world to play that shot. Pass cover point. Timed it nicely. Not a bad way to open your account.
की बार जब भी 2 गेंदें लेग स्टंप के बाहर गए, उस पे रन लेने में सफल न्यूजीलैंड के बैट्समैन, जिससे 22 ओवर के बाद न्यूजीलैंड का स्कोर हो गया 99. इसमें योगदान है क्रो का 8, रदरफोर्ड का 2.
A very good delivery. Deserves close-in fielders there then. Bowled. A good invitation to jump out. Rutherford is on top of it this time and plays it towards long off. Ravi Shastri is the fielder. And that's the 100 of New Zealand innings coming in.
नए हैं जो गेंद की गति और उछाल परखने में समय लेंगे और रन पर भी नियंत्रण रखना होगा.
Oh, kick outside edge. No slip. And no sympathies. 4 more to Jeff Crow.
उछाल लेके आई थी.
Proving a little more expensive. And the crucial wicket of Martin Crowe at that.
That is more important, to get to the Martin Crowe. He's waiting for that delivery to play that square cut. 4 more. Singh not putting much thought into his bowling in that occasion. Fished too short and outside the off stump. Splendid looking stroke by the New Zealand captain. Well, in progress. Wide of the crease, on the leg stump. Nice, gentle on drive. Fetching Jeff Crowe a single. New Zealand 121 for 3. And Jeff Crowe is in a quick 24. Ken Rutherford would rather jump out. Two contrasting styles of New Zealand batting. It's a good arm ball by Singh. He fed the New Zealand captain a couple of times outside the off stump with a square cut. But then that's how he rushed an arm ball that he wanted to play and played it onto the stump.
You can't do it twice in an over. He had done that once earlier. Cut him.
His highest in the competition so far is 36.
Hasn't had a very successful Reliance Cup with the bat.
But he's bowled
Story of New Zealand batting so far, and as Maninder was.
स्पिन आक्रमण 24 और पटेल 21 रन बनाकर अभी खेल रहे हैं.
None of the batsmen have been able to dig in for a longer innings, and right overs to continue after the drinks interval. For the 37th over of the innings, New Zealand are 153 for 4. That one going through straight and the batsman seeing it early. And once again the ball short enough.
काफी शॉर्ट बॉल थी और स्ट्रोक खेलने का पूरा मौका मिला रदरफोर्ड को.
Well played. Ball now coming a little slowly off the wicket, although it's making even height. Earlier this morning, the wicket was quite a devil. It was very nippy, and the ball tended to keep low, skid through sometimes. Rutherford definitely seems to favor the front foot defensive stroke on that occasion, and has been following this style of batting right through his innings.
फ्लाइट करके ही रवि शास्त्री बैट्समैन को नियंत्रित कर सकते हैं.
Effective 4 runs for him. Not the most elegant of strokes. Stepped out, I think, looking for a drive and changed his mind to a sweep. More runs than he has in any previous over. 6 to be precise. Last over. So Kapil Dev bowling him through after having changed his end. His analysis is 1 for 42 at the moment.
भारतीय स्पिनर बराबर अपनी फ्लाइट द्वारा परेशानी में डाले हुए न्यूजीलैंड के बैट्समैन को।
Maninder is an extremely good exponent of flight. Gets the batsman in trouble by altering his length, although the flight to the batsman appears to be the same. That one was a little flatter through the air, and Patel read it quite right and swept it. 160 for 5, and this is the 38th over in progress. 23 to Patel, 22 to Rutherford. This must be about the third boundary which Shastri has stopped, and altogether perhaps the 6th or the 7th four stopped by the Indian fielders with extra effort. They've really been on their feet, and as a result of that, New Zealand finding runs difficult to come by. 163 for 5 now. Patel disturbed. By a movement at the far side. It's a neat looking shot. Excellent stroke play by Patel on that occasion.
Sweep stroke
of those tossed up deliveries to get a good amount of runs off his bowling. So more expensive has gone by without Maninder taking a wicket. Ravi Shastri continues. Lucky stroke there for Patel. Intended to drive, got an edge. 4 runs. Patel moves to 32, and good partnership shaping up between these two, Patel and Rutherford, looking up for an extra large total, somewhere below 250. Very late into that stroke, almost allows it to go through. Character that it had this morning with the early morning freshness. That's a lucky one. 4 runs to Patel. Second time he's been lucky on a stroke like that.
हल्का सा बल्ले का बाहरी किनारा लगा.
Good. He too has 3 overs remaining. Kapil Dev himself has 5. So plenty of bowling in hand. That's lofted very, very high, and a straightforward, simple catch by Dilip Venkateswarlu means the end of Deepak Patel for a personal score of 40 runs. Patel trying to clear the fence in an assault. That assault was expected. Let's have a look at it from this angle.
पूरी तरह गेंद के ऊपर नहीं पहुंच पाए और झुके भी नहीं. सिर उनका ऊपर रहा और गेंद उछली मिड ऑफ की तरफ, जहां कपिल देव गेंद के नीचे आए और गेंद को आसानी से लपक लिया.
Played it from the bottom of the bat.
Venkateswarlu
until the later loss is cool. A lot of down the leg side. Martin Snedden has already taken off. overs now, except that not enough wickets in hand. There we go. This is always going to happen when you are running out of overs as well as wickets. Ken Rutherford going for the big hit with his own head in the orbit and finds it in middle stump. New Zealand 182 for 6. The ball is not coming on. Experienced campaigner, highest 59.
ये 59 रन उन्होंने पाकिस्तान के विरुद्ध 1984 में बनाए थे.
That one kept low again, and before Ian Smith's bat could come down, the ball went past through the gap. One of the advantages of keeping the ball within the stumps. Chetan Sharma is enjoying it. And he is on a hat-trick now. Smith bowled first ball or not. You see the ball keeping rather low. And
गेंद में गति भी थी, तेजी और कट.
rise and everything. Chetan Sharma on a hat-trick. Chatfield can well afford to have a few closing fielders. The new man. Yes, the little. And then there in front of the umpire. Not very often you see a bowler playing such a predominant role in one-day cricket.
विश्व कप की पहली हैट्रिक. और एक दिवसीय क्रिकेट की ये तीसरी हैट्रिक.
Chetan Sharma's first hat-trick. What an incredible performance from this little fellow from Haryana. The previous hat-tricks are against the names of Jalaluddin from Pakistan versus Australia and Reid Australia versus New Zealand. So New Zealand feature twice in the record books as far as hat-tricks are concerned. And what a tremendous job Chetan's done for the side. 6 overs, 29 runs, and
सर फेंका था शर्मा ने पिछले ओवर.
that's the tail of the scorecard.
जो कि विश्व कप की पहली हैट्रिक है. 3 गेंदों में 3 खिलाड़ियों को आउट करना. जहां तक एक दिवसीय क्रिकेट का सवाल है, जलालुद्दीन और रीड, ऑस्ट्रेलिया के ब्रूस रीड ने भी एक दिवसीय क्रिकेट में हैट्रिक ली. चेतन शर्मा ने तीनों खिलाड़ियों को क्लीन बोल्ड किया.
No ball called. It's square on the offside where man in the fumbles.
पूरी तरह गेंद के ऊपर नहीं पहुंच पाए थे स्नेडन.
Nor was the front foot in line with the ball. 197 for 8 New Zealand. And this is the 48th over going.
किले का दरवाजा बिल्कुल खुला हुआ था.
That's better. More competent looking shot coming from number 10. But just for a single. It's not been the best of one-day wickets that we've seen in this competition. The bowlers have had a fair share of purchase, the seamers as well as the spinners. Better looking shot over the head of the bowler for 4. Pushed up to the batsman and got no hesitation in going to the tonk.
जिस समय और वैसे भी एक दिवसीय क्रिकेट में ये सही तकनीक 200 रन 192 मिनट में 47 ओवर 4 गेंद.
I would have thought. And you see the Indian captain.
49वां ओवर जिसे फेंक रहे हैं कपिल.
On his legs and
मैच है भारत के लिए.
tail-enders prerogative, spin value.
वॉटसन समझते हैं स्नीडन अगर कर सकते हैं तो जनाब मैं क्यों नहीं.
Attempted Yorker. Kick outside edge. Again, the region between the slips. Right.
स्नीडन और वॉटसन ने पिछले 7 ओवर में 33 रन जोड़े हैं. न्यूजीलैंड की पारी का यह आखिरी ओवर चेतन शर्मा फेंक रहे हैं और उनके सामने है विली वॉटसन.
Runs on the leg stump. Shot played off his hips. And saw it pop out. Two 1-9 for 8 New Zealand. 4 more balls to go. Leg by. Willie Watson giving himself room to play that shot. Ball coming up. And Srikkanth Pandit shows his reflexes. A half-hearted attempt by Snedden to go for a single. Found himself stranded. And New Zealand lose the 9th wicket. 221 for 9.
From this point on, India need another 177 in 36 overs to get that scoring rate of 5.33 that they need.
Willie Watson, third man. Covered a lot of area.
In bowling. And one would be the target rate that we'll be talking about. The target rate would refer to reaching the actual target at a rate of 5.33. The target rate has come down from 5.33 at which we started. It's now down to less than 5. It's close to 4.7. That means in 35 overs following this one, India need to score at about 4.7 runs an over to reach that 222.
Well, I was never good at it.
Martin Snedden. And Srikkanth is at it straight away. India's 50 runs in just 32 minutes from 7.1 overs. That's good going for India.
Remarkable beginning.
Snedden to Gavaskar. More conventional stroke from Gavaskar this time. Well, the atmosphere cooling down, but the things hotting up down there in the middle.
All fielded.
Well, that was the kind of... And there he goes, Srikkanth, and will that be 6 runs? Yes.
Crowd loving it. The ball within Srikkanth's reach. And it's had to go.
Steps out.
Effortlessly. Almost effortless flow of the bat.
In goes Snedden again. And more careful this time.
And the man setting the pattern, taking the strike from Danny Morrison. Martin Crowe. Nicely worked down the third man. Good going.
इस इलाके से आज काफी रन गए हैं.
Deliberate attempt to find that vacant area. Whereas on quite a few occasions in the New Zealand innings, the ball went in the air. Another 6. Crowd going berserk.
विद्युतीय क्रिकेट, विद्युतीय वातावरण.
This is unbelievable.
रन गति है 7.8.1. माफ कीजिए 9 ओवर में और रन गति 8.1.
Chatfield, in 2 overs, he gone for 30 runs. Slight lapse of concentration. Fielded. bottom-handed half jab, half drive. Plenty of gap to Srikkanth, touching him 4 runs. That's how Gavaskar played the last delivery as well. That's Hanif Muhammad, the adjudicator.
Watson.
That's how it happened. Now that is true Gavaskar.
न्यूजीलैंड के बीच प्रति ओवर किस प्रकार स्कोर चला। भारत न्यूजीलैंड से काफी आगे।
On the rise and a very fluent cover drive.
संतुलन को अगले पैर पर लाया और किस बहाव के साथ स्ट्रोक खेला गावस्कर ने।
Committed himself off the front foot, but then went on with the shot. That's much better. Again, sweetly timed. And Willie Watson is not given any chance to settle down.
रन गति है 7.5 प्रति ओवर। 13 ओवर में भारत ने 97 रन बनाए।
Makes you wonder what happened to the Indians in Ahmedabad.
बॉलर स्नीडन, बैट्समैन श्रीकांत।
Almost a pre-planned jump out. That is 7. And is cleared the on-fielder. Well, Srikkanth's gone past 50 ahead of Gavaskar. And the little master applauds most graciously.
और उन्होंने 6.8 रन प्रति गेंद बनाए।
103 without loss. India, that's expensive looking Gavaskar. There's no need to be so expensive.
भारत के 100 रन 62 मिनट में 13 ओवर 1 गेंद।
Srikkanth was due to come good, and they couldn't have found a better opportunity. That's really throwing at a bowler.
बहुत ही जल्दी सोचकर एक सुयोजित स्ट्रोक उन्होंने खेला। ओवर के बाद 111।
You can imagine the New Zealand reduced Indian bowling to such poor shape.
वॉटसन, गावस्कर।
In Chatfield. Good shot and good running between the wickets. Martin Tower, deep square leg. Tricky birdie tried to get out of the way. Very sweetly timed. Flick off his legs. Went like a bullet.
भारत के सामने 222 का जो लक्ष्य था 42 ओवर में, अब उनके सामने लक्ष्य है 107 रन का 27 ओवर में। प्रति ओवर उन्हें रन बनाने होंगे 3.96। तरह से रिवर्स स्वीप लगाते थे, लेकिन आज श्रीकांत ने वो भूमिका अदा की और बखूबी से।
It's not funny. He'd already made up his mind before the ball. Look at him.
एक दिवसीय क्रिकेट के अपने भिन्न भिन्न रूप और स्वरूप। और एक छक्का।
Now where do you bowl to a man who's in such murderous mood?
श्रीकांत के 70 में 8 चौके 3 छक्के।
Srikkanth absolutely uncontrollable. Yes, that's the way we do it.
ये श्रीकांत का अपना काम करने का तरीका है, ये उनकी अपनी खेल शैली है जो बहुत ही निराली है।
This man is a law unto himself on his particular day. Going straight to fill on a deep mid wicket, and it went in and out of his hands. That's how it happened.
किस्मत भी आज उन्हीं के साथ।
Little tired now, but Srikkanth going great guns.
हमेशा यही होता है कि एक बैट्समैन स्ट्रोक खेलता है और दूसरा उसका साथ निभाता है। अब सहायक भूमिका गावस्कर निभा रहे हैं। बॉलर वॉटसन, बैट्समैन गावस्कर।
I won't be surprised if this little rest he gets into the firing mode again and goes for another assault on the bowling.
बिना प्रयास के।
There it is. Superb stroke play by Gavaskar. The minimum of effort and maximizing the results on this occasion. Running out of strategies. For a Gavaskar drive. What a catch indeed.
Rutherford कमाल का कैच पकड़ा और श्रीकांत आउट. Caught Rutherford, bowled Watson.
Quite appropriate then that Srikkanth falls to such a catch. What an innings and what a catch. Tremendous cricket here for the Nagpur spectators at the Vidarbha Cricket Association, and quite fitting for the last of the pool matches of this Reliance Cup 1987.
झुके नहीं और पूरी तरह गेंद में कहना होगा एक तरह.
So there has been a change in the batting order. Azharuddin coming in, equally remarkable casting in between every over and every delivery, in fact.
पकने रोशनी और उजाले के बाद अंधेरे को कोई भी देखना चाहता.
Ravi, you will agree that this is sensible cricket. An innings like Srikkanth played and Gavaskar played earlier on can't really last, and a few quick wickets at this stage might put India back once again. So I think these two batsmen are doing a good job now. The target now is so simple that there's no point overstretching or overreaching for it. That's a beautiful shot off his toes.
अजरुद्दीन के लिए कोई भी गेंद.
To top the pool, India now need 79 runs in 23 overs at a rate of 3.43. To win the match, the rate now is 2.50 if they back their entire 50 overs. But the important rate is 3.43 at the moment.
On mid wicket पर.
Couldn't quite reach the pitch there, Sunil Gavaskar.
गेंद की लंबाई कुछ कम रह गई थी. आगे तो जरूर निकले लेकिन गेंद के.
India well on their way to taking not only this match but also the top spot in their pool, thanks to a brilliant knock by Srikkanth, 75, and equally good batting by Gavaskar.
बंबई नागपुर से पास ही है.
I think that seems to be their plan. And I think they've really hit the form of the champions.
Rutherford ऑफ साइड पर दायरे में एकमात्र फील्डर है रदरफोर्ड, जो कि बहुत ही चपल. और ये छक्का जहां पड़ा कि वहां पर सैयद मुश्ताक अली बैठे हुए थे, जो स्वयं धुआंधार बल्लेबाजी के लिए मशहूर है.
Ravi, a little bit straighter and you would have had to take the catch.
आगे आए, ऑफ वॉली पे गेंद को लिया. भारत 160 एक विकेट पर 22वां ओवर चल रहा है.
That was a straight drive in the classical mold, beautifully lofted over the bowler's head, and so technical. Caliber of Sunil Gavaskar, one of the finest in contemporary cricket.
चार फील्डर ऑफसाइड पर 5. मॉरिसन, अजरुद्दीन.
Earlier loss of toss by Kapil Dev coming as a blessing in disguise in a way.
सतही नमी के कारण असमतल उछाल था सवेरे.
Lovely shot by Azruddin.
On. फ्लिक करने में गावस्कर का कोई जवाब नहीं.
And he's only 9 away from his first ever one-day 100.
And he's got to 91 in just 69 balls.
Quick fire.
Willie Watson. Beautiful played off his toes. Lovely shot for 4 runs. That takes him to 95.
That's vintage Gavaskar.
There was when Gavaskar was close to scoring his 29th. The 191 for 9. Danny Morrison will be bowling now to Azharuddin. Lovely slash by Azhar.
The landmark is so close.
Through the covers.
Weather is going on the crowd. Reasonably pushed up to him. And
just one run.
fine innings this has been by Gavaskar. One of his finest. It's amazing how many targets this little man has set for himself, and just about achieved all of them. And is that going to be it? The crowds clapping in anticipation already. No, not this time again. There he is. And he goes, Morrison. A gifted player. And now it is his unpredictability. And every fielder has been moved up to prevent that single. That too is competitiveness at its highest. And I'm sure all over has forgotten all about India's target. That's there in any case, just 20 runs away. In 42 overs, India must reach 222. Will it be on this ball that Gavaskar reaches that milestone? He's got the entire crowd on the tenterhooks. The last one in this over from Watson. And that's still not it, and travelled rather fast. And that's it. Yes. That's Gavaskar's 100. Sunil Manohar Gavaskar becomes only the second Indian to score 100 in World Cup championship. He joins Chatfield. He scored 175 against Zimbabwe in the 1982 World Cup. And this is Sunil's first 100 in any one-day international. And what a time to score it at. Critical match for India. And Gavaskar showing his true class. He played tremendous career. Beautifully placed with all the body behind it. Slight hesitation when he found. Yes, the gap was there. Not one, but two. Absolute perfection, even in the way he got to that 100. How well he turned the ball away.
एक सरल लक्ष्य Morrison, Rutherford को
The World Cup and for Reliance Cup, that becomes a record also. It has been done twice in one-day cricket though. And then a personal landmark for the great Sunil Gavaskar. And of course, for India, it's been a fine day of cricket. Fielding there, and it's through. 4 runs. Good attempt. Azhar moves to 32.
आज जितने भी कीर्तिमान की जन्मतिथि है और नागपुर में ही उनका जन्म हुआ था और उसी ग्राउंड पर वो अपनी क्रिकेट खेले थे और वहीं पर आज चेतन शर्मा और सुनील गावस्कर ने भी नए कीर्तिमान स्थापित किए.
Over the infielders, good technique by Azharuddin. 4 more runs to him. He moves to 36. India have been firmly in control of this match, particularly when they have batted. So that's it then. India have won this match. Won it handsomely, won it convincingly to top their pool and then to meet England in Bombay. So it will be England versus India in Bombay, and it will be Pakistan. It was widely expected to be extremely tough and close, India winning by 9 wickets with plenty of overs to spare. And Gavaskar, Sunil Gavaskar, remaining not out on a brilliant 103. The winning stroke to the very quick.
रिलायंस विश्व कप को जीतने वाला वो सेहरा किसके सिर पर बांधा जाए.
India have really played like champions today. They're in full form and full flow. Sunil Gavaskar and Srikkanth making a dream start for India. There's the pool position. India clearly ahead of Australia, 5.41, clear winners in Pool A on the basis of the run rate, and Pakistan clear winners in Pool B on the basis of the points. So it's India versus England, Pakistan versus Australia. There aren't very many doubters as to who that is going to be.
पुरस्कार वितरण भूतपूर्व संयोजक.
So it is Sunil Gavaskar. As if there could have been a doubt to that. What a knock we saw from his blade today.
पुराने जमाने का भारतीय ओपनिंग बैट्समैन इस जमाने के भारतीय ओपनिंग बैट्समैन को पुरस्कार दे रहा है. क्या है ये विधि की विडंबना. Chetan Sharma
Joint award for them.
संयुक्त रूप से मैन ऑफ द मैच घोषित किए गए. सैयद मुश्ताक अली दोनों को शाबाशी और इनाम देते हुए.
The hat-trick taker and the centurion. It's been a fine match for them and a fine match for India.
मैन ऑफ द मैच की जगह मैन ऑफ द मैच होना चाहिए.
Well, there can be no doubt as to the team of this match.
ये